All right, those are officers. We're seeing images now of there is Tokunbo. All right, Tokunbo, good morning to you. Yes, fantastic. So we had you yesterday. You did great work giving us updates. What is the latest from today? I see a lot of officers behind you, security. So what's the lay of the land in Ojota?
Yeah, Ojota is gradually wearing the look that I wore yesterday. Like we rounded off with you. We actually rounded off with your show yesterday. Given the scenario here, and as predicted, that Ojota may come back to that same look of desolation that actually characterized the arena for the major part of the day. But it is a bit different, slightly different from what we saw yesterday, because I'm standing at not too far away from the spot where I stood yesterday talking to you. So if you just look behind me, the road here is the K2 Ojota road, where the protesters actually blocked that yesterday. But today what we have seen is that the crowd of the protesters, though not as large as we had it yesterday, of course the day is still very young, so some of them are still just coming in. When we arrived here, it was a fewer number of people that that were here, but now it's grown to this number, and it's still growing. So what we have seen is that a part of the road, just the side of the road, that's where they've occupied today, and we can see that commercial buses and even other vehicles that are coming in from Ikorodu, K2, inward Ojota are moving freely. Though some few minutes, by about 30 minutes ago, some of the protesters actually got carried away, and they attempted to actually block the entire section of the road. They're blocking
the road right now.
Reasons prevailed. Some of their leaders.
They are blocking. They are moving into the road. Yeah, they are blocking it.
Before you know it, now some of their leaders. Yeah, some of their leaders will come and tell them again they'll move away and allow vehicles that are coming in to actually have a free passage. So if my camera will just pan into the park itself, you can see a small crowd of protesters actually gathered in there too. So it's been some kind of a conflict, among the protesters themselves, after they've been appealed to by the police team. The leader of the police team here, ACP Paul Okafor, actually mounted the podium to assure them that if they go into the park, they are assured of adequate security and maximum protection, because the protesters, majority of them, like they did yesterday, are afraid that if they go into that confine there, they may be subject to attack by some hoodlums whom they fear are lurking around. So in fact, some of them have actually marched into that park earlier in the day, and they're hanging around. They see them around, so they're afraid that if they go in there, they may be attacked by those hoodlums. But the police team may have assured them that there's nothing like that. They are here to give them adequate security and protection, that if they go in there, they are sure that nobody will harass them whatsoever. So what we have now is a group of the protesters standing by the roadside, and another group is right inside the park. So we don't know whether they will harmonize and all of them will move into the park, or whether all of them will still come back into the roadside. But what we have seen so far today is that you can see now, like I said earlier, they've cleared off the road now, and traffic is flowing again. That's what we see. Intermittently, some of them will just get carried away. They block the road. There will be some of the vehicles coming will have to stop, but some leaders will appeal to them and they will move away, and the traffic will start flowing again. So that is the situation so far, Rutus. But so far there has not been any issue at all, any security issue around here, because the police team here, led by ACP Okafor, has actually said they are not going to allow any hoodlum to infiltrate the ranks of the protesters here, and that adequate security is guaranteed.
Fantastic. And Tokunbo, you gave us a preview yesterday saying that they would be back today. So they are back today. Any indication that this continues into the weekend, or did they suspend it till Monday?
Well, we don't know yet. We listened to some of the leaders of the protest. We can't call them leaders, but some of the protesters actually who were on the podium there, just behind me here, saying that they are going to be talking to journalists later in the day, right inside the park. And they have an announcement to make. We don't know what that announcement is. Maybe they are going to tell us it continues into the weekend, or they are going to suspend it until work resumes on Monday or something. We don't have that information yet. So, but we'll be waiting and keeping our ears to the ground to see when next we go from here. Whether we're back here tomorrow or we have to wait until Monday before the protest will resume.
All right, I'm always fascinated by the businesses that profit off this stuff. You pointed this out yesterday. The folks selling drinks and little packaged food, I see them behind you. They are there again, selling stuff to everybody out there and making some money off this, yeah?
Behind me, they are by my side. I mean, when a thing like this is happening, you could expect that, and they've been milling around just like they did yesterday, and they are making, bricks business. But what more I can report to you is that when we arrived there earlier in the day, we saw many cart pushers coming. The popular Mile 12 international market is not too far away from here. So we saw just a stone throw from here. We saw majority of the cart pushers bringing in wares outside of that market, which we did not see yesterday. Okay, so I guess what happened yesterday, the peaceful atmosphere, that characterized the protest here yesterday, actually encouraged some of those sellers and traders to actually come out and reassure themselves that there was not going to be any issue of harassment. So we saw majority of them, and as we speak, we still see some of them moving, but maybe for now, because of the crowd, maybe some of them have actually pulled back. But I can tell you that business is picking up, more than it was yesterday as at this particular time. We don't know what still lies ahead as the day goes by, but for now I think the situation, the business-wise, is better than what we had yesterday. I can see some shops around that are actually open for business.
All right, what is that flyer to your right? They're just hoisting up one big banner to your right-hand side. It's white on the fence. What does this say? No, behind you, to your back. If you look to your right.
If Sam can just. Oh, okay. No. I mean, one is here. They're trying to hoist one, but one is here already. So if you can just take a look at it, it's another
protest is legal. Something is illegal.
I think
violence is illegal.
That is not encouraged because the atmosphere is a bit okay for them to mount their posters, their banners without any harassment. What that is saying is that all tribes united. I mean that there is no tribe in this protest. There is no language in this protest. That everybody is united by the issues that have pushed them on the streets, which they say is hunger and bad governance. Partly, there are many other issues which you and I know, Rotus.
Fantastic stuff. Tokunbo, Oyetunji, you're doing great work. Thank you so much for the update.